Good evening and namaste to everyone. Dear students and others, you all are welcome to Genius Lakshya. In the revision session of Indian polity, we will discuss Comptroller and Auditor General of India. How are they appointed, their responsibilities, and their functions? We will discuss. So, let's start the presentation of the day. I'm sharing the presentation. If you have any doubt and query, you can write me on my email ID rohitsika@geniusschool.co.in. Comptroller and Auditor General of India is the topic of the day. And before we start the topic, this is a small test for you, and you will get all the answers in the presentation itself. So the test is on true and false statement. The Comptroller and Auditor General of India is head of India Audit and Accounts Department. Whether it is a right statement or wrong statement, the Comptroller and Auditor General is the guardian of the public purse, controls the entire financial system of the country. Mahatma Gandhi said that the Comptroller Auditor General shall be most important officer under the Constitution of India, whether this is a right statement or wrong statement. The Comptroller Auditor General is appointed by the Parliament of India. True or false? The Comptroller Auditor General holds office for a period of 5 years or up to the age of 60 years, whichever is earlier, whether this is a right statement or wrong statement. The Control Auditor General can resign any time from his office by addressing the resignation letter to the governor, whether right or wrong. He can also be removed by the president on same grounds and in the same manner as judge of the Supreme Court of India. The Control Auditor General submits 5 audit reports to the president. The Constitution of India, according to Article 148, it provides for an independent office of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. He is the head of Indian Audit and Accounts Department. He is guardian of the public purse and controls the entire financial system of the country at both the levels, the center and the state. The Comptroller Auditor General's duty is to uphold the Constitution of India, laws of the Parliament in the field of financial administration. This is the reason why Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said the Comptroller General shall be the most important officer under the Constitution of India. He is one of the bulwarks of the democratic system of government in India. The other being the Supreme Court, the Election Commission, and the Union Public Service Commission. Now we'll understand the appointment process and the duration of the job of Comptroller and Auditor General of India. The CAG is appointed by the President of India by a warrant under his hand and seal. The CAG, Comptroller Auditor General, before taking over his office, makes subscribes before the President an oath or affirmation. Oath or affirmation to bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India, to uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, to duly and faithfully, to the best of his ability, knowledge, and judgment, perform the duties of his office without fear and favor affecting affection and ill will, and to uphold the Constitution and laws. The Comptroller Auditor General hold office for a period of 6 years up to the age of 65 years, whichever is earlier. He can resign any time from his office by addressing the resignation letter to the President. He can also be removed by the President on same ground in the same manner as Judge of the Supreme Court. Independence. The Constitution has made the following provisions to safeguard and ensure the independence of CAG. He is provided with the security of tenure. He can be removed by the President only in accordance with the procedure mentioned in the Constitution. Thus, the CAG does not hold office till the pleasure of the President, though he is appointed by him. He is not eligible for further office either under the Government of India or of any state after ceases to hold his office. His salary and other service conditions are determined by the Parliament. The Comptroller Auditor General salary is equal to that of a judge of the Supreme Court. Neither his salary nor his rights in respect of leave of absence, pension, or age of retirement can be altered to his disadvantage after his appointment. The condition of service of parents serving in India Audit and Account Department and the administrative power of the Controller General are prescribed by the President after consultation with the CAG. The administrative expense of the office of the CAG, including all salaries, allowances, pension of persons serving in that of office are charged upon the Consolidated Fund of India. Thus, they are not subject to the vote of Parliament. Further, no minister can represent the king in Parliament in both the houses. No minister can be called upon to take any responsibility for any action done by him. Duties and powers. The Constitution, Article 149, authorizes the Parliament to prescribe the duties and power of the Controller Auditor General in relation to the accounts of the Union and the state and any other authority or body. He audits the accounts related to all expenditure from the Consolidated Fund of India, Consolidated Fund of each state, and Consolidated Fund of each Union territory having legislative assembly. He audits all expenditure from the Contingency Fund of India and the Public Account of India as well as the Contingency Fund of each state and Public Account of each state. He audits all trading, manufacturing, profit, loss accounts, balance sheets, and other subsidiary accounts kept by any department of the central government and the state government. He audits the receipt and expenditure of center and each state to satisfy himself that the rules and procedures in that behalf are designated to secure an effective check of the assessment, collection, proper allocation, and revenue. He audits the receipt and expenditure of the following. All bodies and authorities substantially finance from the center and the state revenues. Government companies, other corporations and bodies when so required by related laws. He audits all transactions of the central and state government related to debt, sinking fund, deposits, advances, suspense accounts, and remittance business. He also audits received stock accounts and other with approval of the President when required by the President. He audits the accounts of any other authority when requested by the President or the Governor. For example, the audit of local bodies. He advises the President with regard to prescription of forms in which the account of the center and the state shall be kept. Article 150. He submits his audit reports relating to The accounts of the center to President Hussein Linton place them before both the houses of the parliament according to Article 151. He submits his audit report relating to the accounts of the state governor Hussein Linton place them before the state legislature Article 151. The Control Auditor General ascertains and certifies the net proceeds of any tax or duty at Article 279 and his certificate is final. The net proceeds means the proceeds of tax or duty minus cost of the collection. He acts as a guide, as a friend, and a philosopher to the public account committee of the parliament. The Comptroller General compiles and maintains the accounts of the state government. In 1976, he was relieved of his responsibilities with regards to the compilation and maintenance of accounts of the central government due to the separation of accounts from the audit. The king submits three audit reports to the president. One is audit report on appropriation account, second audit report on finance account, third audit report on public undertakings. The president lays these reports before both the houses of the parliament. The appropriation accounts compare the actual expenditure with expenditure sanctioned by the parliament through appropriation act, while the finance accounts show the annual receipts and disbursement of the Union government. Thank you very much. This is the end of the presentation. If you have any doubt and query, you can write me on my email ID rohitsika@geniusschool.co.in. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.